Hi, this is Dr. Vikas, and today I'll be throwing some light on depression. We should really understand this, okay? So that if a person is being observed, okay, if you observe someone who has this kind of features, you should give them advice, okay? Give them advice to go and see a doctor. This is just like having a stomach pain, okay? This is some people have appendicitis, right? So when people have stomach pain, you simply ask them to go and see a doctor, right? And this is the same thing, okay? The mental illness, okay, you should also ask them to go and see a doctor. This is the first thing you should do, because you should be evaluated. First of all, anytime you have to make a diagnosis of psychiatric illness or any depressive episodes, we should rule out any medical cause, okay? There should not be any medical cause. Let's say hypothyroidism. This is a medical illness which can cause depression-like symptoms, okay? But this is not depression. When we treat the hypothyroidism, depression will be gone, okay? So we should understand, first thing. Second thing, it should be differentiated from a low mood. Let's say today my mood is low, okay? That is not depression, okay? Low and up, this is okay. But if you have low, okay, this is low, up, low, up, low, up. People usually are like this, right? But if you are low for at least 2 weeks, then we think that this is depression. But there are 5 of the following symptoms have been present, okay? And at least one of them are either this. So they should be low. This is one of them. This should be there, or it should be a loss of interest or pleasure. This is very important, because let's say I like reading newspapers. Now I lose the interest. I mean, I don't derive the same interest from that. I used to go and play football. Now I don't have the interest, okay? Loss of interest, very important, okay? I used to go and play with my friends. Now I'm not going, okay? So this can also be noticed by your family members. Hey, what happened to this guy? Beta, आज cricket खेलने क्यों नहीं चाह रहा है? Why are you not going to play the cricket? Okay, so this is there for 2 weeks at least, okay? So a duration of symptoms is very important. A low mood for a short time is okay, but if it's persistent, then we call it depression, okay? So one of them is this one: the patient has depressed mood or lack of pleasure, okay? Then there are other symptoms which also has to be present, like weight gain or weight loss. Usually with depression, patient will get up early in the morning, okay? This like 3 o'clock in the morning they will wake up. Very early they will get up, okay? They have sleeping problems, but they get up early morning. Another is because there is overconsumption of thought. So the people, they usually feel fatigued. They are very tired throughout the day, and they don't want to do anything. Oh, let me lie down. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to play, okay? And they might be sleeping whole day, okay? Or they don't sleep in the night. So a sleep disorder can be variable, okay? या फिर ज़्यादा सोता है या फिर कम सोता है, ठीक है? So for Hindi, I have uploaded in different section. You can go and look in Hindi language if you want. What is happening? Another is because the person is more or less like feeling that, oh, I cannot do anything. I'm good for nothing. I'm the son and I'm not able to bear the expense of my family. All this kind of things keeps on coming to the mind, and he feels guilt, okay? There is inappropriate guilt, and there is worthlessness, okay? It's all because of me, okay? So this is what happens. This keeps coming to the patient's mind, and this is nearly every day. Another is there is a lack of concentration I cannot concentrate on anything, like even for a minute. I look at something and forget it. So these are the features of depression. So a mother has to see this, okay? A mother or family member have to recognize this. So this guy is having some changes. He's feeling tired, down, low for 2 weeks. You need to worry, okay? And he's blaming himself. He's not able to concentrate and is not willing to make any decisions. He's just staying in the home, not doing nothing, and there is concern about thinking, now it's worthless, now it's better to die. How about that? So now they have, they are coming to a point where they are making some ideation of suicide. Okay, got it? So these are the important features. Now the symptom causes clinically significant distress and impairment in social, occupational, and other important areas of functioning. Okay, he is not able to do occupational duties. He is not able to maintain the social relationship. So these are the features of depression. Did you get it? Did you get it right? So can you recognize a patient with depression? We have a mnemonic called SIGI-CAT. So there has to be more than 5 of the symptoms. Okay, maybe he has guilt, maybe he have low energy, and then decreased appetite or concentration or suicidal ideation. Any 4 of this, with one has to be interest decreased and mood depressed. These 2 are the important thing. One of the 2 must be present. Okay, that's why we are calling it depression, right? Got it? Now we have to understand that there are several criteria which needs to be fixed. Okay, we have to rule out the medical illness. Like he said, this is not attributable to any physiological effect of substance. Okay, if the patient was having substance, then we will not call it depression, because that was because of that substance. Okay, and we have to understand that this MDE or major depressive episode was not accounted by any other delusional disorders. Okay, this has to be understood. There was no schizophrenia. There's no schizophreniform disorders. There was not this kind of disorder to account these episodes. Okay, and there was no manic and hypomanic episode. That means the patient, if has that, then we call it bipolar. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, very important topic. Now to understand treatment, we have to understand what the problem is, why the patient is having like this, what is the physiology behind this. Okay, so if you look at this picture here, we can see there's something more complex going on here, right? There are so many neurons going on, but what is the overall effect? Overall effect is there is decrease in neurogenesis and there's apoptosis of the brain cells. In simple way, we can see that there are 3 chemicals very important. One of them is the serotonin. Okay, we call it 5-hydroxytryptamine and noradrenaline. If you look at the nerve terminals, they are up and down, 1 and 2. Okay, so we have a release of neurotransmitter serotonin. Okay, I write it SE. So we also call it 5-HT. So when this is coming up, when it hits the other cell, it makes you happy, right? But if this is depleted, if this is low, it makes you sad. As simple as it, right? So what are we doing with medication is we are trying to increase this in the nerve terminal. You understand? Usually it goes back. This is called recycling. So we don't want medicine we are providing is to prevent the recycle. So we call it SSI. Okay, it means serotonin reuptake inhibitor. So this is not reuptaking back. So this is a major mechanism how the medication of depression works. Okay, Very important to understand this mechanism. Then you understand what medication will be given. It's not a big thing. The important thing is to recognize the patient. Okay, once you recognize, then you know what medication to use. There has to be a proper counseling. You need to talk to the patient. Now this is what is the medical perspective. Okay, let me go to a yogic perspective or a spiritual perspective of this one. What is happening here? Okay, so what are we talking here is, when we do yoga or meditation, it is actually increasing the BDNF. I provide the link of the research paper which is supporting all this. Okay, so if you are having depression, definitely you should do the practices. This is called inner engineering or Shambhavi Mahamudra. Okay, when you do Shambhavi, your BDNF skyrockets, and what happens is the chemical change which is damaging your cells is completely changed in a different manner. So what you have now is a wonderful mind. So this is all mind game. Okay, most of the time people understand depression, this and that. They just look at the effect of what is happening. A depression patient are having, this is low, we try to increase this. This is how people are treating. If you see in simple terms, this is how people are treating. But that's okay. In the beginning, they need the chemical support. I'm not denying that. They need to see a doctor. I'm not denying that. Okay. But I'm talking about the limitations of how much of research has been done. Every now and then they say this and that. Okay, because there's no proper understanding of what is happening. So what is happening? Let me get in a more elaborated form. In this one, if you look at this picture, this is also from the medical textbook. Okay, from this textbook, what does it say is there are stressors. There are several stressors in life which causes depression. Some of them are genetically linked. Some of them are related to abuse, and important is some of them are physical illness. Okay, or a parental loss, or childhood abuse. Okay, all of them can have an impact. That is true. The most important factor in my understanding is environmental factor. Okay, this has been emphasized here. Okay, here the environmental factor, they have just mentioned the loss of job, because when you lose job, people go into a various amount of grief. Okay, losing job has been very important factor, because finance is very important to manage. If you have a kid, if you have a wife, right? So if you have so many responsibilities, definitely a finance is definitely an important thing. History of abuse or neglect, or life adversity, bereavement. Okay, if someone died. So all of them are risk factors of depression. But there's also one more important thing in my understanding is the social understanding. How people interact in your village is very important. Okay, if they talk to you in a different way, you feel different. Okay, so it's complex environmental factor. Let's say you are playing a cricket, but some of the guys bully you. Hey, you don't know how to play, idiot. You never knew how to touch the bat. See, all of them are different. Okay, never try to insult anyone, even if they are bad. See what good they have and encourage that point. Why you have to tell they are bad? Okay, so more or less the environment is structured in this way that people love to bully others. They love to bully others. This is one of the factors in my understanding. Another is the social stigma attached. Hey, you don't have job. Hey, you studied, now you cannot do anything. Hey, you passed the examination, for what? You cannot even earn 2,000 rupees. What the hell is going on? So this are the thing, the parents, family also, the kids are not expecting all this kind of bullshit, right? So when you put them with all the pressures, definitely they will freak out one day. Okay, they had enough already. Even the friends are like that. So the environmental factor is very important. The way we structure, is it caring environment, or is it's tying of bullying environment? So we are living in a bullying environment right now. So it's very hard to get adapted. And more depression are increasing because people have lost the value. So this is very important that we bring out the spiritual significance of who we are. Spiritual, by spiritual I mean people understand what they are, and they know. If you know what you are, definitely you will learn to respect everyone around you. This is as simple as that. Spirituality means that you bow down to every other being. It's a tree, it's a grass, or whatever it is. You bow down with all the respects. If this happens, where is depression coming from? There's no point of depression. There's no point of depression. Okay? Because people respecting each other. See, if they don't have money, you're not respected. Right? So this kind of thing should be gone, right? When this kind of thing has no importance in society, okay, people will definitely live a better life. Okay? That's the reason why I'm speaking here. So please do inner engineering to understand what is life, to understand the values of life, okay? And then you'll see that depression, all this kind of thing, what the medical understanding is very limited. I tell you, it's very limited. They just know the serotonin. And because it's a new hormone, it looks interesting, okay, I give you a medicine to control this. That is all. But the stressor is there all around, okay? You'll just feel better because of the medicines. That's a pathetic way to live, okay? I want all of you to live joyfully without having any medications, and never think about having a depression. So wish you a joyful life.